Bafethu, welcome to another exciting episode of the show. Good to Kamala, the Hangout. You just tuned in on channel 260, channel of choice. If it's your first time watching the show, welcome to it, man. I'm going to be on your screen from 3:30 until 4:30. So we hope you're going to make sure you don't change the channel because it's going to go down. But I'm not alone. I'm with my girl Z.
Well, everybody, welcome to the Hangout. It's been times we're biting a kosi sikunye apa, and today we're definitely here together, and we definitely bring you guys a beautiful show. Welcome na elam igama, it is Uzinhlengeza, and I'm going to be with you throughout the whole show and bringing you everything that you need to know and people that are actually going to inspire you. Speaking about the people that we have lined up on the show today, we have artists that are going to tell us about their musical journey, and also we have people who are basically all-rounders in the entertainment industry, and also they are motorists, and also basically going to be giving away some tickets, right?
Interesting.
Please stay tuned because we're also going to give away tickets, and also we're going to speak with the best Xhosa musician that you can find in the Eastern Cape. He's also going to be hanging out with us. So everybody at home, please make sure that you stay tuned throughout this 1 hour. And Rando, where can people get us on socials?
On social media, you can get us on Pumakapa TV. That's us on Facebook. And then on WhatsApp, we have our WhatsApp line on your screen. And when we come back, that's the first segment.
Yeah. Let's go.
Bafethu, welcome back. Yeah, we're back at it. And to Snow Iba, not to Slate. Is it Slate? Yeah, I'm going to allow you to introduce your street name because...
Why don't call it a street name, bro? Well, I'm fair to Halloween. Ibanati Slate, but I go by the name of Slate the Great. That is my name, yeah. The rap rabbi, Pablo Picasso the poet. They also call me that. So yeah, man, I make music, I make arts. I'm an entrepreneur as well. But yeah.
Now, I want to first start breaking down the name. What brought the name, and also like exactly as to how do you come up with this name when you were looking at your brand?
The name Slate the Great, first of all, Slate is my surname, so Slate the Great, right? And I came up with the name when I started rapping, you know. I needed a stage name. So at first it was a thing of, oh, haha, it rhymes, you know. And then the more I grew as an artist, the more it took a new meaning. I'm also Christian. So one of my favorite Bible verses is, greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world. Therefore, I left the great in my name because greater is he that is in me. He's in me, so he's in my name. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Slate the Great. Yeah.
Shout out to you for that, man. And also, I want to ask you something, man. Giving you such a big name and putting yourself when I want to beef is because we know that growing up hip hop it was more about beef, and then you were like, okay, you know what? I'm coming to the game saying that I'm the great. What made you decide that?
Man, I'm very optimistic, right? I'm also a person who believes that a person who does something should always do it to be the best at what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? What's the point of doing something if you don't aim to be the best? Then you know what I'm saying? So that was my mentality, still is my mentality. I believe that I am the best at what I do. Love it or hate it. Yeah, that's what it is. So that's why I think everybody should have that mentality. You know what I'm saying? I'm not competing with anyone. I'm competing with myself. And that's just what it is. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. And also because of the industry of rapping and also being a musician and composing, I want to know exactly what made you take that decision and not focus on trying to be a doctor or trying to be an engineer. For when you were like, you know what, I'm going to do this full time. So what motivated you there?
I think the love for the craft is what motivated me. You know, I always say to people, when they ask me why did I choose music, I'm like, I never really chose music. Music kind of chose me. I know that sounds corny, but because I grew up in a home where they just played music all day, every day. The mom, the dad, I grew up in the church, so music was everywhere. I loved music so much that it became such a crucial part of my life. Therefore, creating it was just an extension of this thing that I love anyway, you know?
Yeah, I love it.
So yeah, that's what happened.
Shout out to you, man. The question I have for you, man, it's that you're a musician, you're also an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Is that thing where as you decided, you know what, I'm not making money here. Let me start my own business so that I can find my own dream. Was it something like that, or what basically happened when you started to be an entrepreneur also?
What happened was I am a person who likes learning things. Sure. You know, I like learning, I like creating. So I have many skills that I've taught myself, and I actually started my business, Ibanati Media, when I was in matric. I learned how to graphic design and edit videos, and then I'll just edit videos and design stuff for people. And then I was like, you know what, I can make money off this. And then I extended e-services as Banati Media. Now we do a whole lot more, you know, business registrations, I do that. I have photographers that I work with. Some of them are actually behind the scenes now, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it was. It was, hey, I have these skills, but I also have this talent. You know, why do I have to choose? You know what I'm saying? I love doing, I love creating, I love working. Let's just make it work.
Make it work. And also now what I want to know is that when it comes to the type of music that you're doing, obviously most people tend to generalize it into being a rap. But what I have noticed is that every rapper has a message to convey to the person who's listening. So for Wena, what would you say your music conveys? What is the message that you give to the people?
I love that question, because I love explaining the message that's in my music. So if you listen to my music, I make positive music because I believe in being yourself in what you're creating, you know, being authentic in what you're creating, because you as the listener will gravitate to what is real. Your favorite artist is your favorite artist because you like who they are, you like their music, you know. So number one, like I said, I'm optimistic, therefore my music is more on the positive side of things. I make feel-good music. I make inspirational music sometimes. I make love songs sometimes. I make whatever I'm feeling at that time. So yeah, man, if you ever want an artist that you want to relate to with love, with happiness, with joy, sometimes with even the spirit side of things. Like I said, I'm Christian. I have Christian influence in my writing as well. So yeah, that's me. That's my stories. That's what I write about.
Yeah, lovely.
Shout out to you, man, about that, man. As he needs now.
Yeah.
But I like pleasure now, because I also want you to do something before I let you go into the show. Guys, if ever you person who love piercing a tattoo, we're going to plug you with Warazi to check the details on our screen. It's Warazi. And also, before I let you go, the social media?
Social media is Slate the Great _ everywhere. Google Slate the Great and you'll find me.
Google the man.
Yeah.
Can you just give us, just on the screen, just to banu betu bayaz bana? Classic follow wish in you.
All right, babe. So Masai, you want to freestyle?
Just send us to the ad break.
All right, cool. Checkengendo rongo ifiki iliput. Fikile umthembu qhudeni umbafana banibona kwivideo ngokubayan salute kodwa mandulo besithi ndintwana bentshongela phansi ngokubonke banifuni.
That's a proper line. That's a proper line. That was Ibanati Slate the Great. Umfchita Ucho. Do you want to send us to the ad break?
Well, everybody, as you guys know that we still want you to communicate with us on socials. It is at Mpumakapa TV. And also our WhatsApp, it is 0836900530. But okwangoku, let us go and pay those bills. That's what we are. We're coming back with more.
Tango.
Well, everybody, as you guys know, you are still tuned in with us right here on Pumakapa TV. And also the name of the show is called The Hangout. And I am your babe to make sure that I give you exactly what you need to know. But at this moment, I just want to give a shout out to one of the SMME businesses that are from Ekabecha and also that are doing beautifully so. And I am talking about Beauty by Knox. So if you're looking into making yourself look glamorous, please do contact her on her contact details, which are on the screen right about now, so that you guys can also be glammed up and look. But right about now, everybody, I want us to go and check out our next guest, because I mean, the man has been nominated onto 2 categories, which is the best music song and also on the Satma Awards, which are going nationwide. And everybody, you guys know this man. I don't want to sing. I don't want to sing in front of someone who sings so beautifully. But everybody at home, please help me welcome Mr. V. Sholo right here on the Hangout. Buti, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, Andina, bless some Nandis, Jelly Mazam. Yo, I'm so well, Sitleman. Yo. Let me take this time and greet all the viewers at home, everybody listening from the social media networks. My Facebook is buzzing as we're speaking right now. People are watching. Yeah, greetings to you, man. Greetings to everybody in the studio there.
Lovely. And also, Mr. V, I just want to know, when you got that email, Etikwana, you have been nominated on 2 categories. What went through your mind?
The email I got was not that email. The email I got was, Mr. V, could you please come and perform at the Satma's nomination party? And I was so happy for that opportunity. And then when I got there, I performed. And then when they were reading out the nominations, hey, here's my name there, being said out twice which means on 2 categories. So I was shocked, I don't want to lie, because I wasn't expecting that. But at the same time, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, lovely. And also, let us talk about you as a brand and also as someone who when you started the journey of starting music, what has motivated and also what shift okanye masithi ukukhula that you have noticed as the person who is so involved into the project Gavisholo or the brand Gavisholo?
Yeah, no, I can honestly attribute it to my twin brother. He's the one who encouraged me to pursue music professionally. So I remember back in 2008, I was doing my matric, and he was like, you know what? There's auditions going on. I think then it was like, go to those audition there, go get some money so we can apply for varsity, and so that's how I got into the music space. So my brother encouraged me. I always used to sing in churches, and just around community events and whatnot, but taking it professionally, I could really give it to my brother, and I'm so grateful to him for believing in me in such a way.
Lovely. But I also want to know, was it your intention into doing specifically umculo wesiXhosa when you started this music journey?
No, not at all. Not at all. I grew up listening to gospel music, traditional gospel music, and I love traditional gospel music. And even my first 2 projects were gospel music. Abaphulaphuli Hangout was ikhumbula ingoma esithi nami ngiyamangala yamangala yamangala undenzela bongobuhle. That was actually my second album. The first one, I worked with a group in Cape Town called Live Instrumental Worship. We did a beautiful project there as well, and all of it was gospel. And in fact, when I released my first Igwijo project, traditional music project, my album, gospel music album, was complete. I had worked with Usbu, Gary Ndlovu on that project, and it was complete. We were just waiting for the release date, and people said, no, we want Igwijo. And how I got into it, really, it was not really a nice journey and a nice transition from gospel to Igwijo, because at that time, I was practicing as an audiologist, and I had recently lost my equipment for practicing. So, which means I had no source of income, no streams of income. It was really bad. And so what I did, I went door to door, knocking on houses, washing people's cars in Kokstad just to make a living. And while I was busy doing that, then lockdown happened. So during that time, lockdown, it was when I started learning the skill. When people were learning skills, different skills. So I taught myself graphic design. And while I was at it, there was this lady, Kamala Nwabi Sakoniwe. She gave me a call. She was like, lockdown, and people were beginning to have some ceremonies. But look, ndinomgidi Wabachana Bam, please do an invite for me. But I don't want a certain song. There was a popular song then, invites, of one of this big artist. But I wouldn't want that because it's quite popular. And so I tried, I looked, I searched everywhere looking for traditional music, our Xhosa traditional music, and I couldn't find anything that, could fit for that invite. And so I decided to, I thought, look, I have a microphone, I've got a laptop. Why don't I just record this song from scratch? So I recorded a song that says, it's that time of the year. Nangama wele yo yo So while I was at it, I thought, let me just take a video, a short clip, and upload it on my TikTok account, and people loved it, After that, I released the song.
Yeah, our jam
And the rest is history.
is history. And also, Mnaputi, what I want to know is because of umculo wako, I would say umculo that we as Xhosa people relate to, because siyawucula emigidini, siyayicula emisebenzini. Can you say, mhlambi, you are influenced by the Xhosa culture and also the environment yamaXhosa basically?
No, for sure. Even though right now, I've decided to branch even to tap into other cultures as well. Because you remember, Ikwicho is very broad. Ikwicho is not something that's recent. It's been there for years. I mean, we sing Ikwicho wherever we are. Even when we are, during Toys and Strike, what we do is we sing Ikwicho. During soccer matches, we sing Ikwicho. So it's something that's been there. But now, what was troubling me, that made me, transition into Ikwicho, was the fact that if you wanted to hear any song, traditional song, that is Ikwicho, you would have to go to a certain ceremony. And that's the only time you will get to hear our songs. And that troubled me because, we've got many Xhosa-speaking people who, some of them are abroad. Where I'm getting support from the UK, I'm getting support, everywhere. So those people are saying, asinayo ichance yokuya emgidini thina silapha UK. But when we are homesick, what do we do? So what we do now, we actually just go to Mr. Visual and listen to his music. And some people will say, we don't have to wait for these ceremonies now. We can just go to Apple Music, go to Spotify, go to YouTube, and listen to this music. And that's why when I started doing it, I said to myself, I'm going to take these songs that we sing, and I'm going to sing them as we sing them in these traditional ceremonies. I'm not going to be tweaking them and making them a piano and whatnot. I'll just sing them as they are. Of course, that brought in a lot of criticism from people. Some would say, you are not being creative. These are our songs and whatnot. And to me, that's that's a confirmation that I'm actually in the right track. I'm doing exactly what I thought I was going to do, which is taking our song, preserving them and archiving them for future generations. While doing that, I'm also writing new material as well. That's going to be relevant right now for future generations as well. So it's an honor, man. It's a privilege that I'm one of the people who get to do that, where I'll be able to take a song as we are singing it and be able to put it up, record it, archive it, so that whenever you feel like listening to any traditional music, you can be able to stream it.
Listen to it. Well, Mr. Vishalo, what I want from you lastly, just quick, try and wrap it up. Where can people get to vote for you? And also, what are the categories that you are actually nominated for?
Yes, no, I'm going to be very quick. SATMA Awards, we are nominated on 2 categories. Number 1 is Most Voted Song of the Year. Number 2 is Best isiXhosa Artist. So please, we can only get those awards through your votes. So we need you to vote. This is how you vote. You SMS the following 2 codes to this number, 32436. Please write it down wherever you're watching from. It's 32436. We need to bring these awards home. The first one, the first code is 100 Satma 19. 100 Satma 19. That's for Song of the Year. You SMS it to 32436. The second code for Best isiXhosa Artist is 077 Satma 19. 077 Satma 19. One word, all caps lock. You do, yeah, it's 232436. If you would like to donate just quickly, Zintle, you can do so on the following account number. People are donating for votes. It's 132-629-1562 from Capitec Bank. 132-629-1562. Account holder is Vuisani Sholo, which is my name. People, I mean, I've been receiving support from the entire Eastern Cape, in fact, from the entire South Africa. People from all over the country are donating for votes, and some are voting, and I really, really appreciate that. I'm really hopeful that we're going to bring both awards home, and that I'll come, to the hangout with those 2 awards and say this is what the people were voting.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Visholo, for taking time and joining us right here on the Hangout. And we definitely, as the team, are rooting for you. And also, we're definitely going to send those SMSs because Sifuna Zombie is our award.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for having me.
To go and make sure that we pay our bills, and also so that the TV screens can be on. And everybody at home, please don't go anywhere because we're going to come right after this.
Perfect. Welcome back to Channel 260, Channel of Choice. If you just joined us, this is the perfect time, man. And also to interact with us on social media platform, because we do giving away 2 double tickets. It's basically 1 and double ticket, and then if we open a ticket number 2, that's basically we're giving that. On WhatsApp, it's 0836900530. That's us on WhatsApp, and then on Facebook, Boomakapa TV. But now we have a guest from the Eastern Cape. He's a radio presenter at 3 times Cars Awards judge. He was doing that. We'll talk about that also. He's also a MC. He's also a radio presenter on Bay FM. There's a lot he's doing. He's also a rest DJ in one of the clubs in PE. Mr. Lorenzo Gunjan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Let's get to know you. People are very curious about you, because I know a lot of people, they see you online and then they never know, because we see you traveling, we see you driving nice cars, we see you on the radio, we see you there. What's basically happening? Where's Wesley Lebonani?
Wesley Lebonani is a father, he's a son, he's a husband, he's a family man, he's a God-fearing man. Other than that, I DJ, I MC, DJ specializing in soul and R&B. But I think the big part that most people tend to misinterpret is what I do with the cars. So what happens is I review cars. So I get cars from car makers, and as I get cars from car makers, what I do is I test the cars so that I can give an informed, objective opinion on the car. So if something is not right with the car, I'll give you my opinion and I'll tell you, okay, this is the car we've got on test now. We like this, we like that. Would I spend my money on that car? Yes, no. Who would I recommend that car for? We give sound advice. That's what I do. Yes.
I think you forgot to mention one thing about Kambali, and also where do you get exactly Kambali? Because I still remember there was a video of you on TikTok was trending. You were driving the Audi, and the way she reacted when you came up with the car, and it was priceless.
She loves the brand. When she was a year old, the brand gave me an Audi R8. It was a 4 million rand car, and it was a big deal. Okay? I remember, some people still remember that. I brought the car, and I couldn't sleep because I would hear people walking in the yard, because no one had ever brought him NGI Kasi. And so I think I couldn't believe that she'd actually grown attached to the brand. So she'd been asking me, when do I get an Audi test car again? So when I got that car, and I said to her, listen, I'm going to surprise you today. And I didn't say it was the car. So she'd been waiting outside the school gate. So when I rocked up with the car, she told her friends that my dad is coming with an Audi, a brand new Audi. So when I rocked up, her reaction was just, and I was like, you know, just take out your phone and just record this moment. And yeah, it just blew up. I mean, I think it's sitting on something like 3.1 million views now.
Shout out to you. That was the best moment ever. I also want to touch, like, we know that growing up as Mchite Kasi, when you're born from Gemoto, and then you find yourself in the long run, media space. Where was the 10 day?
You know, like everybody else, you grow up wanting to be a doctor because you see doctors, you see lawyers, and you see all these things. And then for me, the love for cars has always been there. I mean, I live in Jutnek. We've got Goodyear, we've got other places that make gearboxes, and then there's Volkswagen. And so I was fortunate enough that there's always been cars. So the passion has been there, but I just swore to myself that I'd never be aligned to a single brand. And even if I had to go sell cars, I can't sell cars under one brand. So that's when the decision, when I started seeing other publications that had people that actually view cars and review cars, then I started seeing, oh, okay, so I can do this. Then I started with writing, where you write 1,000 words about a car, reviewing the car. Then these days, that's moved on to you do YouTube videos whereby people can spend 9-10 minutes watching me go through a car, driving a car, as opposed to reading about it now. Yeah.
Let's also talk. I saw one of your posts. You were doing a TV show. Yeah, what was happening about that? Let's talk about that.
You mean the car show?
Was it a car show also?
On another channel. Can I say that channel? Okay. There's a motoring channel, another channel on this very same platform. So they'd been kind of pursuing me because they're basically in between presenters now. So they said I must do their guest presenting, and that seemed to take off quite well for a lot of people. So we did an episode and they were quite happy with it. And I also did one of their reviews because we shot together with Brandon, one of the executive producers, when I was in China earlier this year in April. And we did clips there, and people actually responded very well. And he was like, listen, I like your stuff. It's off the cuff. You're so natural on screen. So maybe you should look at actually doing something together.
I also want to state on your radio career, because we know that you have a show that's always playing on Bay FM every Sunday
morning, yeah.
On that journey, how did it come about and how's the show going?
I started in East London, right? I started in East London. This was 1996. And when I was in East London, there was a station called Link FM. And there was a gentleman there, Umzuki Sibelewa, God bless his soul, and may he rest in peace. And he gave me a slot on a Sunday afternoon and said to me, man, you love your music. So this was a Christian radio station. Then I moved back to PE. Then I joined PE. I got a graveyard slot, a CBFM, which is now Bay FM, sorry. So now Bay FM, I think I've been with Bay FM, call it 9 years doing the show. Sunday soul sessions every Sunday morning, 9 till 12. Yeah.
Shout out to you. There's a lot. And then, where do you exactly get time for your daughter?
Well, because I work for myself, I can manage time very well. So I treasure the moments where I can take her to school, I can fetch her from school. So every time I get a moment that I can do things with her, I actually make sure that I treasure those moments. And the beautiful thing now is you can capture all those moments and keep them, not because you want to show, but it's for your own memory. So that's why it's easy when there's anything happening. I can always go online or on socials and the stuff there that,
Ay, Baba, Lawrence. I want to ask, I'm an upcoming DJ, I'm watching this show, and then you have a banner, Opis Aaron playing soulful music. And we know that we school as a DJ, piano, 3 steps and all that. The pressure you get as an upcoming DJ with soulful music, how is it? Like,
personally, I feel no pressure because, you know, people have believed now, you know, TikTok has got meteoric growth. There's people that blow up in 2 months and there's people that blow up in 10 years. For me, that gap of being a DJ, I never wanted to be a DJ. Radio presenting was there, but blowing up as a DJ came because I was on radio and someone said, you should come and play at my wedding. You should come at my father's birthday because he's into the type of music you play. So that's how that happened. But the pressure, I deny, I stick to my stuff and I stick to my lane. And you know the right time. And these days I get surprised when I get bookings. I need you to play till 11 o'clock. And I'm like, yo, but that's in the middle. And then I rock up there, there's people expecting me and I kill.
Shout out to you. Before I social media,
oh, jeez, I was saying this so much so that I don't get tongue-tied. It's at Wesley Bonani. Wesley Bonani on Facebook. YouTube, it's at Wesley Bonani. On X, it's at Lorenzo_Bonani. TikTok, it's at Takambali, as spelled as it is. Yeah, those are the only ones that, as in your Instagram, I'm not good looking enough for Instagram.
Let's leave that. But also, before I let you go, I just want to say thanks for your time. We really appreciate that. And also, other thing is that where can people go and listen to your music? Where do you play this coming weekend?
So far, I've got something at the end of October alongside Malaika and Awene Tinaha. And some Mondays, I do what Joacha, the legacy, but most Sundays from 5 till 9 at FNS Fusion Cafe.
And also your time for your show in the morning?
Oh, every Sunday morning, 9 till 12. 9 a.m. in the morning till 12 midday.
Okay, guys, we really appreciate your time. And also, we want to say from the Mbuma Kappa TV, We wish you nothing but the best in your journey. And also, guys, don't forget, akho safe. Akho safe sayazi leyo into, but what we're doing for you guys and plaga ngekase delivery. Just do one phone call, machita man lambile and bawulethile, and then bayaza kuwe at your doorstep bavela bakunike yonke nazi details zabo. And also, yeah, we're also giving away 2 double tickets, man. Don't forget to interact with us. Do watch the show from Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, same time, same place. But I'm just gonna go to the ad break. When I come back, I'm gonna come back with Zinhle. Stay tuned. We're coming back after this.
Well, we're back on your screens, and also today we're feeling very fresh and lovely. And also we do have a question of the week as to where we're asking you guys exactly what are your coping mechanisms when it comes to personal relationship, into your personal relationships, and also work environment, and also in life generally. It's also getting too much for you. How do you cope and also take yourself out of that situation? Just tell us exactly how do you feel so that we can get to see Mhlambi. You can also help the next person that is also going through the same thing. But right about now, let me introduce my next guest. Is also a virtual. So Mandenzi virtuals, basically. But yeah, he is also a virtual, and also we're going to be talking everything that has to do with the Africa Unite festival that is happening at Buffalo City, and also he is the media office, so he's someone who's going to tell us exactly what we need to know about the event, and also as to how to go about it if we want to partake into being the event. So everybody at home, please help me welcome Usinetemba Gayiza to the Hangout. Welcome, Buti. How are you?
Hayi sisi ndiyaphila kunjani kuwe, ndibulise kubaphulaphuli ababukeli rather beMpuma Kapa TV ngokubanzi.
Yeah, thank you so much. And also I want us to start getting onto the media into the Africa Unite basically, and also the role that you have played as being part of it and also making it come to life. I want us to talk the initiative as to what motivated you guys into bringing this event to Abantu.
Yes. I-Africa Unite iqalwe ngonyaka ka-2019 by Mr. Lozugogohli. At that time, xenophobia, I think that is when it was at its highest upper South Africa. Then at that time, Mr. Kohle, he was more involved in terms of music production. Why wadibanisa artist that he had relations with, including Betusile, Moby Dixon, Dumza Maswana. Excuse me, they came together ingoma that was titled Africa Unite. So Africa Unite as it is now started off as a song, which shows the natural progression yezinto ebomini, that into iqala incinci, if uyinika space sokuba ikhule, it grows to something that can be enjoyed by over 5,000 yabantu at a single time. That is the essence and history of Africa Unite as well.
Wow, lovely. And also because you guys hold this festival annually, what can people actually expect kulona unyaka?
Well, it grows, but one thing that remains constant in Africa Unite is that in terms of content delivery, we always strive to ensure that the different cultures that encompass South Africa and even SADC ziba catered for through arts and culture. So about what is unique kulonyaka, apart from umculo, which is the constant Africa Unite, we'll be having a segment that where we'll be exhibiting some of impahla, including nokutya from outside of South Africa, including Kepofu nokwalapha South Africa, because we want abantu, to live outside of their own tradition or heritage, to be exposed to others without looking down on izinto ezenziwa yenye inhlanga yabantu. So that's a unity we wish to forge, that what you see being done by AmaZulu, ngabaTswana, you mustn't look down on it because wena as Hlobi, as Xhosa, as Umbondo, you don't practice it.
Well, that is lovely. And also, I want us to get into the performances and also the act that you have on the lineup. As to just to mention a few, there are Abo Nkosazana daughter, there is Jazzle Brothers, and there's quite a lot of artists that are big, I can say. So, Kulona Unyaka, what was the main initiative? Did you guys sit down and say that we want this specific people because of Lendo? And also, did you guys try and include your local artists that also do the same music as this artist?
Well, when it comes to artist selection, there's a myriad of izinto that each and every organizer looks into. We don't always get the artists we wish for because one, it depends on availability artist, and then fundamentally more, it depends on the performance fee negotiations. We are happy to have managed, as you've called out, that we've got Ulwan Lungulu, we've got Nkosazana daughter, we've got Ukona, which are one of the most artists that are in high demand, especially amongst the youth genre or the youth culture, because we cannot forge the unity that we want to forge if abantu abatsha sibakhuphela ngaphandle. Abantu abatsha are the future, so whatever we build as a nation, it has to start and it has to focus on abantu abatsha, because the old generation, sorry to say, but naturally they will leave abantu abatsha behind. Abo bantu ke must be left with a firm foundation that as Africans we must be united. We've got ke uDumza Maswana kulo nyaka apho ezabe entertainer abantu abathanda umnqunqo. We also have now, for the first time, we are featuring artists that will be performing umbaqanga. Now that gives us a broader retrospective catering we audience here, because we've got house, we've got Afropop, which is El Brothers, we've got Udumza for the more jazzy like audience, as well as Nombakanga. We become a 360-degree type of an event in terms of entertainment. Isibeka ke kwinto e-bit streak yobana xa sesisenza the actual line-up, intloko zethu zisangqubana apho, because kufuneka sibe creative, kungadlali umntu ozawuthi abanye ngoku bengamlandeli babe be-bored. So sisazama ke uhlengahlengisa kakuhle i-line-up yethu so that wonke umntu amke onwabile. Iyasinceda ke as well as le nto yoba ne-genre ezahlukileyo, because umntu ongamqhelanga umbhaqanga will be introduced to umbhaqanga, ongaqhelanga i-jazz will be introduced to that, ongaqhelanga ne-house abaze mhlawumbi koodumza okanye koo-Jazzle Brothers will be introduced to that. That is one of the benefits ke sesiwam ze-event ene-artist ezininzi, that sinento entsha that as the creative industries we are trying to push kakhulu, which is i-audience development. Audience development is whereby the audience that we wish to attract to events zethu, we develop them to understand that we can't always have house artists only kwi-event. We can't only be having even nakwezi house mhlambi ibe yigqom only or ipiano only. The packaging event, the entertainment packaging event, it needs to be diverse, because as abantu we are diverse. I might be indoda yehlubi, omnye yena will not like jazz, will want house. So we all need to be catered for. That's why we are hoping to attract abantu abayi 5,000.
Well, Mr. Gayiza, cut it short, can you please tell viewers there at home as to where is the event going to happen? Because we do know Sivya Mahemem, it's going to happen in East London, and also amatikiti afumane kanjani, and also the day, so that people can get to by scheduling in their schedules.
The event is what Yes, the event is taking place this coming Saturday, which is 21 September, Buffalo City Stadium, kwicala elili Jan Smarts. Amatikiti are retailing from 200 for general, or golden circle whereby you get to stand or sit closer to the stage, 300. Then VIP ke ngoku abantu abasententeni babona yi-700. Ayafumaneka ku-computer ticket nase-web tickets ngalo mzuzu sithetha ngayo. I-weather ke into ongekayibuzi ndikukhawulezele, i-weather siyijongile izawube intle ngalamgqibelo. Nomuntu ongasithembanga angakhawuleza ayijonge azothenga itikiti lakhe angabi disappointed afike seyiphelile.
Siyabulela kakhulu Tina from the Hangout team, and also we hope that we will also get a chance to come and cover it up and also get to meet you in person as well, and also the rest of the team who were behind in making sure that the whole project comes to life, and also definitely looking forward to the performances that are going to happen at the Africa Unite there, because they're big names, and also we're excited as the Hangout. But everybody at home, please make sure that you guys stay tuned, because and also plus we are with the Geek Guide to make sure that you guys definitely know where to go, in which town, in which city, in which hall that you guys are going to get entertainment from. So please stay tuned. Sizobuya, come and see your tickets. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And well, everybody, we have came to the last part of this beautiful show that we have had on today. But also, remember that we do have a question that we pose to you weekly, which this week's question, Iyabuzawa, what are your coping mechanisms in your personal relationship, work environment, and also in life generally? So sizamukwazi, what is it that you do okanye that you block your emotions usendaweni that has to do with your love relationship, family relationship, and also work environment, and also which is lovely. Rondo, what are your coping mechanisms? Asoze kaloku, asoze. Now I take time off, I switch off. Yeah.
Do you think
and then I come back.
Do you think that's a good thing, to switch off?
It's not really a good thing, but yeah, it gives me time off, especially if I have to be in a certain environment. And I'm like, it's this toxic environment that I don't want to see myself into, so let me rather extract myself.
Nah, but I also think you're being selfish about that, because think about the people who care when you switch off. So next on my phone, and then what happened to them? I will overthink. But I think what I do, I just take myself out just to appreciate the moment of life, where I have took myself and where I'm at now. And yeah, that's basically that. Just go for a nice view, just to clear my mind, then back to reality and face it. Because running away from the problems you face, just in general, I come as long as besides yourself. That's what I think. That's what I do now. And then what's interesting?
So what's interesting, and also what is happening for this weekend, we have a Geek Guide lined up for you. So on the 21st of September, which is going to be this Saturday, as we have just gotten off that interview with Usne Temba, Buffalo City Stadium at 1 o'clock. What's happening is that there is going to be a festival called Africa Unite, basically bringing all the elements that makes us African, and also that entertain us as Africans. And also the theme is please wear black and a bit of insimbi, white insimbi.
And it's Heritage Month.
And it's Heritage Month.
Yeah, I know that we're giving away double tickets. This event is appearing.
So the event is happening at Buffalo City, which is in East London. If ungumdu who's not staying in East London, please make sure that taxi after work, or you organize the transport to go there so that you find yourself there. And also it's a bit 1 o'clock.
Okay, this very guys. And also, what do we really have on the Geek Guide? Because I feel like you just mentioned one thing. And also, there's coming Wednesday, there's a Wet Wednesday that's happening at Finesse. There's going to be DJ Bongs, there's going to be Uvulela. There's other guy called Uvulela, there's other thing about him, they know him. And then there's also Sean Stylings this coming Wednesday that I know of. What else?
And also on the 24th 24th, which is the exact day of Heritage. So there at Beach Hotel, they're hosting a Heritage Day Bubble brunch thingy. So I think and because it says that it is basically a heritage. So I'm sure they're trying to make Ubuntu and also our culture come forward. So Yona is a Bisenzeka on the Beach Hotel, and also on the 24th. Yeah.
Are you guys really up? And also, are you guys going to go and cover that? Or
we're still trying to see. We're still trying to see. Somewhere there.
Since you've been away for quite some time, please do plug us with the gig guide. Yeah, it can guide to my team.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. And also, guys, please do remember that Uvi Vosholo is has been nominated for 2 categories, which is the best song of which is called Andina Blessa, and also the best Xhosa artist, right, coming from the Eastern Cape. So please make sure that you guys definitely vote for him. Please vote for him. And also for this Saturday on the 21st, before we close off, there will be a Spa Women's Challenge. So there's a 5-kilometer run and also there's a 10-kilometer run, and all it starts at 7 a.m. and also is at the Pollock Beach. Please, if everyone or anyone who loves running can go into it and check it out. But everybody, Rondo, we are at the finish line of the show. What do you have to say to the people?
Nothing much, and you guys showing us love, we really appreciate that, because I tend to notice every time I go in public, we're like, hey, we recognize you from somewhere. Yeah. Really appreciate that, and also do follow me on social media, Olwan and Jokes and Jokwin, that's me on Facebook, and also TikTok, and now Instagram at the moment.
TikTok, but yeah, everybody, please also do follow us on social media platforms. It is at Bumakapa TV, and also our WhatsApp line, it is 083-690-0530. And now my personal ones, it is at Ntlentle_. And that's where people can find us. But you guys are definitely going to find us Wednesday, same time, same place. Bye!